She stood there near the kitchen light, her shadow soft, her grip not tight. She asked me if the tea was cold, but didn't care enough to hold. Her voice was here, her hands were still, but something left against her will. She was gone before goodbye, before the tears, before the cry, before the door could close or creak, before my mouth found words to speak. She vanished in the way she stared, like looking through me, not quite there. She was gone before goodbye, and I still don't know the reason why. Her suitcase stayed for 2 more days, but none of her had planned to stay. She kissed my cheek like signing out, emotion made devoid of doubt. And though the bed still held her scent, it felt more ghost than resident. She was gone before goodbye, no fireworks, no shattered sky, just absence wrapped in presence thin, like love that folds itself within. I tried to joke, she didn't laugh. The silence split the room in half. She was gone before goodbye, and I just let the moment lie. We think it ends with final words, but endings come as silent birds. They perch for weeks and never sing, then vanish with forgotten wings. She was gone before goodbye, like stars that fade before we try to name the shape they used to burn. Too late to stop, too slow to turn. Now every bite feels hollow-eyed compared to how she slipped inside. She was gone before goodbye, and all I had was just a sigh. You came with sunrise on your skin, a warmth that melted doubt within. We drank the light like morning wine, no past to chase, no need to define. The birds had barely learned their song, but we were fire, though not for long. We were just a morning long, a verse too short, a fading song, like mist that lives before it's noon, or whispered love beneath the moon. No promises, no painted fate, just breathe and touch before too late. We were just a morning long, and that was all, and that was strong. You smiled like windows taking the sun, then vanished when the day begun. No fights, no storms, no bitter end, just silence where the light had been. Your name still hums in waking breeze, trails and shade beneath the trees. We were just a morning long, a page that didn't need belong. No final word, no reason why, just gold that kissed and said goodbye. And though it passed, I can't let go of how it felt to briefly glow. We were just a morning long, but every dusk still sings that song. Some loves are novels long and wide, but ours just touch the rising tide. It didn't stay, but still it shined between the hours the sun aligns. We were just a morning long, no right, no wrong, no place we'd throng. Yet something in that fleeting gleam still feels more real than any dream. And though you're gone, the light remains inside my breath, beneath my veins. We were just a morning long, but oh how bright, how full, how strong. I played that song wrote from '92, the one she loved in shades of blue. But halfway through the second line, her memory stole back what was mine. Each pause, each breath, each chord I chose, her name fell soft between the notes. Her name fell between the notes, not loud, not sharp, but how it floats. A whisper hidden melody, a ghost inside the harmony. Though I don't speak it anymore, it lingers in the minor four. Her name fell between the notes, and I can't play that song remote. She used to hum just half a beat, off time but always bittersweet. Now when I strum that fragile string, it's not the chord, but what it brings. A silence thick, a space that grows, where once her laughter used to glow. Her name fell between the notes, in rest and bends and distant throats. In every song that I avoid, she echoes back in every void. And though my voice won't sing her sound, she's in the hush that wraps around. Her name fell between the notes, and silence sings what love once wrote. So name fell between the notes, and no crescendo ever floats. So when I write a brand new line, she slips inside the in-between time. A harmony I can't erase, that haunts the quietest embrace. Her name fell between the notes, and still my hands remember those. We talked in circles, sharp and wide, but never crossed the words inside. You asked me if the rain would stay. I said it's just another day. But in your eyes a storm was caught, and every word I should have brought, all that stayed silent, the weight we didn't fight, hung heavier than all we said. Between the tears we left unshed, no blame, no violence, just all that stayed silent now echoes louder in my head. You traced the edge of your old cup, and I looked down, just giving up. The clock kept time, but not the heart. We let the moment fall apart, and now the room, it holds the sound of all we didn't speak aloud. All that stayed silent still lingers every night, like whispers pressed into the walls, or footsteps soft in empty halls. No fight, no tyrant, just all that stayed silent, and now it speaks when darkness falls. Some love dies not in fire, but in the hush of lost desire. No slamming doors, no last goodbyes, just quiet truths we left to lie. Stayed silent is all I can recite. The looks, the sighs, the shifting eyes, the space between our last replies. So calm, so silent, but all that stayed was a riot, and I still hear it every night. The room was still, not even air, just faded light and empty chair. No ticking clock, no whispered sound, yet something moved without a bound. I stood so still, but deep inside, the hush was where she used to hide. Stillness felt like her, the way she used to stir, without a step, without a word. like silence only she preferred. No breath, no blur. Stillness felt like her, and every quiet cried her name. I reached for books she used to read. Their pages slept, but seemed to bleed. The walls exhaled a softer shade, like echoes she herself had made. She wasn't there, and yet so near. Inside the quiet I could hear. Stillness felt like her, a presence lost in blur. She didn't knock, she didn't stay, but stilled the noise in her own way. No touch, no spur. Stillness felt like her, and every pause became her claim. Some people live in moments aloud. She lived inside the drifting cloud, not meant to last, not meant to leave, but held in hush that makes you grieve. Stillness felt like her, the way light finds the fair, the way the night begins to sigh, without a need to ask why. She's gone for sure, yet stillness felt like her. And now the silence says goodbye. She closed the door but left no sound, just shifted air and settled ground. The clock still ticks the way it did, but echoes louder where she hid. Each room retains her turning glance, like silence waiting for a dance. Echoes in her wake, not loud enough to break, but strong enough to stretch the walls and whisper through these empty halls. No shake, no quake, just echoes in her wake. And every step I take still stalls. Her mug remains upon the sill, the tea long cold, the window still. A book half read with dog-eared page still hums with her, still holds her stage. I try to speak, but breath won't bend. For just echoes in her wake, and haunting like the dusk will show. She's gone in body, not in tone. She's absence that I walk alone. And every word I think to say returns in her forgotten way. Echoes in her wake, like footsteps I mistake for hers, though I've long known the truth. The air still smells of borrowed youth. No song to fake, just echoes in her wake, and I've grown used to her ache. She sat beside me in the dark, a fading breath, a shrinking spark. Her eyes were there, but miles away, as if her soul had slipped to gray. I reached, but held a softer air. She vanished while she still was there. She faded like smoke, no flash, no sound, no choke, just drifted through the open blinds, left fragrance where she once entwined. No flame to stoke, she faded like smoke, and all I had was what she broke. The room still smells of her perfume, a velvet hush in every room. She didn't run, she didn't cry, she just became a kind of sky. Too wide to hold, too soft to see. She whispered out of memory. She faded like smoke. Through cracks the silence spoke. No door was slammed, no letters burned, just presence gone where I still turn. No string, no yoke. She faded like smoke, and left the light too slow to sow. Some leave like thunder, sharp and sure, but she dissolved, a trace demure. Like incense lost to open wind, she left no start, she left no end. She faded like smoke, the air too thin to cloak. I chased her with the quiet breeze, but she was gone from all of these. No vow, no joke. She faded like smoke, and in her fog I learned to cope. I wrote her notes in quiet hours, between the rain and wilting flowers. I'd place them where she'd surely see, beside the mug, beneath the key. But days went by, the pages stayed, still folded neat, still inked and frayed. Letters left unread, stacked like words I never said. No scribbled lines could change her mind, no tear-stained thoughts could make her kind. She never bled for letters left unread, and I still write them in my head. The postman came, the doorbell rang, but silence always softly sang. I wrote of love and little things, of coffee cups and wedding rings. Put all my hope in pen and thread, lay still in drawers of things unsaid. Letters left unread became the things I dread. 1,000 lines she'll never know, 1,000 ways I let her go. Still gently led by letters left unread, each word a ghost I softly fed. Some hearts replied, some disappeared, some read with eyes but never hear. And mine was left to write alone, on paper cold as polished stone. Letters left unread now fill the space instead of answers, hands, or final talks. Just paper aging in a box. No thread, no red, just letters left unread, in silence where footsteps fled. She stood there quiet, facing east, where morning light gave shape to peace. The window caught her silent stare before I knew she wasn't there. It saw her fingers trace the pain, like part of her was glass and rain. The window watched first, before the goodbye burst. It saw her fading in her pose, the way she leaned against her lows. No scream, no thirst. The window watched first and knew the end before the verse. I thought we had another week, but pains don't lie and glass can speak. It shimmered soft, it dulled its hue, as if it grieved the coming rue. While I made plans and warmed the room, the window bore her coming gloom. The window watched first, its silence unrehearsed. It knew the weight behind her gaze, the way she packed her soul in haze. doors may creak, but windows always softly speak. They catch the things we dare not see, reflections not for you or me. The window watched first, then let her shadow disperse. I found her gone, the glass still warm, still shaped like her departing form. No curse, no worst. The window watched first, and I was just the one she cursed.
We didn't fight, we didn't break. No dishes thrown, no big mistake. Just quiet evenings, side by side, where all the words had gone to hide. The tea went cold, the light stayed on, but something warm was dead and gone. The quiet one first, before the vows reversed, before the bags were ever packed, before the smiles had even cracked. It slipped and cursed. The quiet one first, and love forgot what it rehearsed. No thunder came, no doors were slammed, just silent rooms that slowly jammed. The clock still ticked, the sink still dripped, but every glance was tightly zipped. We spoke in nods and sipped the air, pretending not to know or care. The quiet one first, no warning, no outburst. It spread between the morning news and filled the space like phantom shoes. No line rehearsed. The quiet one first, and took us both without the worst. Not all end, shout or rage or run. Some disappear like setting sun. And when you speak but hear no sound, you learn which battles leave no ground. The quiet one first, no blood but still a hearse. It claimed our house, our daily breath, and left us only signs of death, too still to nurse. The quiet one first, and love forgot the way to thirst. Her closet bare, her shelves were clean, like love had never lived between. No notes, no scent, no thread to find, just vacant space she left behind. I searched for something she might claim, but every edge erased her name. Nothing on her side, no trace she tried to hide. The bed still made, the light still warm, but all the meaning lost its form. No gear to ride, nothing on her side, like she refused to even slide. I left my things across the floor, a shirt, a song, an open drawer, but hers were gone, not moved or tossed, just never missed, or maybe lost. The wall still held the nails she drove, but not the weight of what she wove. Nothing on her side, like time she nullified. She didn't take, she didn't steal, just let the silence slowly peel. No need to chide, nothing on her side, not even pain she tried to hide. Some leave with storms, some leave with fights, but she just vanished from her rights. And all that's left across this bed is echoes I retrace instead. Nothing on her side, not even words implied. No box to hold, no lock to turn, just quiet where the corners burn. My arms open wide, but nothing on her side, and all my reaching is denied. She used to sing while folding sheets, a melody the floorboards greet. It lingered sweet on window glass, like honey trailing in the past. But now the walls just hum alone, as if her tone was never known. A voice that didn't stay, just slipped and ran away. No echo in the coffee steam, no whisper laced in morning's gleam. It won't replay, that voice won't stay. It left with more than just the day. I tried to catch it on the stairs, the vow she'd leave like floating prayers. But silence met me every floor, with sounds I never asked before. The breeze now speaks in stranger tongues, nothing sounds where once she sung. A voice that didn't stay, no note for me to wait. Just empty space and spoken threads, and pauses stitched across our beds. No word to lay, her voice won't stay. It vanished like a vow delayed. Some voices haunt the things we keep, but hers just dove too deep. And now I'll strain through every line for something soft, for some small sign. A voice that didn't stay still walks the halls astray. Not in my ears, but in my hands, where absence tries to understand. No song to play, a voice that didn't stay. Just silence, singing in its way. I felt it loosen in the breeze, the thread between her hand and me. A tug once tight, then slack with grace. No warning tone, no frantic pace. Just one soft pause, a glance too long, and everything we stitched went wrong. When the thread slipped, it didn't crack or rip, just floated out of where it tied, between our days and midnight rides. No tear, no grip. When the thread slipped, the world remained, but love it tipped. We didn't feel the final pull, it left no scar, no broken spool. But seams we wore began to fray, and silence wore the words away. She smiled like someone half awake, and every step became a break. When the thread slipped, no vows were lost or flipped, just absence slowly filled the seams and blurred the edges of our dreams. No storm equipped. When the thread slipped, it left the frame but took the script. Some bonds don't snap, they simply slide and drift beyond the reach of pride. And though I reached, I couldn't trace where she had gone, what left her face. When the thread slipped, the lights began to dim, and though her hand was still in mine, it felt like cloth without design, too soft to grip. When the thread slipped, we let go without the slip. table held our coffee rings. Our talk was filled with borrowed things. She laughed like someone on a train, already leaving in her brain. Her coat would leave the hook too soon, before the songs had hit their tune. No one stayed late, no hand to hesitate, just folded chairs and blinking lights that dim the heart of Friday nights. No twist of fate, no one stayed late, and I was left to clean the slate. Her glass was always half removed. She watched the room but rarely moved, a smile that nodded, not believed, a warmth that never really cleaved. And when the last joke found its floor, her shadow slipped right through the door. No one stayed late, just clocks to contemplate. The ashtray cold, the record stopped, the vinyl hissed, the bottles popped. Too still to wait, no one stayed late, just silence tapping at the gate. Some say love lingers past the crowd, but hers was never said too loud. And when the room began to close, she'd vanish like a song that froze. No one stayed late, no hearts to captivate, just fading breath and folding time, and glasses cleared of every rhyme. Too thin to say, no one stayed late, and love slipped out behind the plate. Chair still leans the way she sat, a sweater draped, forgotten flat, the coffee stain beneath her name still circles like an old refrain. She left, but not with a lock or seal, just faded into what was real. The memory left open, no hinge, no word was spoken, just pages flutter in the air of moments hanging half aware, not torn, not broken. The memory left open, like hearts too soft to say it's over. The photo frames still face her side, as if she stepped out just to hide. The scent remains upon the bed, like stories paused but never read. And every door she once passed through still waits like something love once knew. The memory left open still leans on what's unspoken. No curtain pulled, no final chord, just echoes dressed in soft accord. No token, no omen. The memory left open, a vow unsaid, a truth unchosen. Some leave with weight, some leave with light, but she just left the switch at night. And now the dark feels not quite done, as if she might return for one. The memory left open, like sky that won't be woken. It holds me here between two frames where silence whispers half her name. No tear, no motion. The memory left open, and time forgets how to begin. She left no mark upon the chair, no scent of jasmine in the air, but stillness swept across the floor and painted shapes I can't ignore. No colors loud, no canvas white, just shadow sketches in the light. What the stillness drew was more than farewells do. It shaped the way the silence curled around the edges of my world. No clue, no cue. What the stillness drew was all she meant without a view. The mirror caught her not today, but framed the emptiness her way. A pillow leaned where dreams once fell, a lamp turned off but warm as well. Each quiet thing she never said now lives in corners of my bed. What the stillness drew was memory in you. Not in her voice, not in her name, and in the way the windows frame the love we knew. What the stillness drew were lines that time could not undo. Some endings ring like final bells,
forgets her face. The silence sketches back her place. And what the stillness drew is all I still walk through. Not ghosts, not grief, just tender air that speaks of someone once so fair, too soft, too. What the stillness drew was her in everything I do. We sat across the coffee steam like strangers drifting in a dream. Your eyes were kind, but looking through, as if I wasn't still your you. We reached for spoons, not hearts this time, and every touch missed once rhymed lines. Our hands forgot the whole, the way we fit when nights grew cold, the way your thumb would find my palm, like lighthouse beams through every calm. Now fingers brush like foreign skin, no stories shared beneath the chin. Our hands forgot the whole, like songs that time refused to mold. The couch still creaks where we once curled, space is wide in our world. You tie your hair, I stir the tea, and neither moves toward what could be. The fire burns but gives no glow, just heat without the heart we know. Our hands forgot the whole, the cradle where our warmth once rolled. Now every hug feels like a pose, a photo left with edges closed. We smile but not in synchrony, we touch but not in memory. Unwound like a rope left out, no knot, no sound, no final cry, no slam shut door, just silence where we held before. Our hands forgot the whole, like winter's growing tired and old. No blame to name, no fault to claim, just love that lost its sense of flame. So now we sleep an inch apart, still counting beats of distance.
No suitcase by the hallway light, no echoes down the stairs at night, no slammed shut words, no broken plates, just empty cups and quiet fates. The couch still bears the shape she curled, but gone is all that made it a world. It was a goodbye without a door, no creak, no click, no final floor. She didn't pack, she didn't say, just faded like the end of day. And I still breathe the air she left, like perfume after sudden theft. A goodbye without a door, just silence slipping through the floor. She didn't cry, I didn't plead. We both just fed the same old need to keep it calm, to skip the scene, like closing books we've already seen. The fridge still hums her favorite song, somehow hums it all wrong. It was a goodbye without a door, no coat removed, no metaphor, just chairs askew and lights still on, a ghost departing with the dawn. No soft, so long, just absence wrapped in normal song. A goodbye without a door, and yet it echoes evermore. The end will always shout, but some just melt and then fade out. And not with a bang, but with a hush, like wind that leaves without a brush. It was a goodbye without a door, and though the house looks like before, the clocks still tick, the floorboards creak, but none of them recall her speak. She left no mark, she made no scene, but took the warmth from in between. You didn't slam the door that day, no tire scream, no voice to sway, just quiet steps on wooden floor and air that didn't breathe no more. The lamp stayed on, the clock kept time, but something vanished from the rhyme. No one heard the goodbye, no echo, no tear in the sky, just the sound of chairs not pulled in space where morning once was full. I looked around, but nothing then said that love had packed and softly fled. No one heard the goodbye, but it still rings when nights go dry. The mail still came, the dog still barked, the porch light blinked when evenings darked, but your coat stayed behind the door like it might guard the you before. The kettle boiled, the floorboards creaked, but not the words I wish you'd speak. No one heard the goodbye, no phone call, no final sigh, just a whisper lost in dust in coffee cups we used to trust. I checked for notes, I checked for clues, but all you left was faded shoes. No one heard the goodbye, except the air that watched us die. Some leave with thunder, some with flame, but you withdrew without a name. And all that silence now remains like cold-in curtains after rains. No one heard the goodbye, but I still feel it walking by. Each time I open doors too slow, expecting you but always know it wasn't loud, it wasn't fair. It vanished like a midnight prayer. No one heard the goodbye, but it's the only sound still there. I found a letter in the drawer. Your script was strong, but not much more. The edges curled like leaves in flame, and time had smudged your steady name. I tried to read what once felt clear, but words don't age the same as fear. Your name fades in dust, like window panes that lose their trust, like old guitar strings left to rust, or promises that time adjusts. I don't forget, I just don't try chase what memory lets die. Your name fades in dust, but once it sang in all of us. The bookshelf holds a crooked frame of nights we laughed and played the game. Now the glass is streaked and gray. I wipe it clean, then look away. Some names we carve in stone so deep, but yours just settled where we sleep. Your name fades in dust, quiet drift on idle shelves, where echoes folding into themselves. And though I hum our song sometimes, I skip the verse that used your lines. Your name fades in dust, like something lost that never fussed. It's not regret, it's not disdain. It's just that silence leaves no stain. And love, once loud, can learn to hush, then scatter soft in morning's brush. Your name fades in dust, and I no longer call it us. No photograph, no midnight cry, just softer air where once stood wide. You're not erased, you're just no more, a page unread behind a door. Your name
The diner still serves cherry pie, but no one ever wonders why. The jukebox plays the same old song, as if the years don't move along. The school is closed, the paint is peeled, but folks still cheer the empty field. This town has no clocks, no ticking hands, no midnight knocks, no bells to chime, no numbers spun, just shades pulled down against the sun. We rise and sleep, we mend and break, but time here makes no sound to take. This town has no clocks, just hearts that beat in silent blocks. The barber trims the same old hair for men whose minds aren't really there. The preacher prays for winds to shift, but sermons never seem to lift. And I've walked Main Street 50 times, each step a loop, each sigh a rhyme. This town has no clocks, no dates to mark, no wristwatch talks. We measure days and coffee stains, and watch the grass reclaim the lanes. You said you'd leave by someday soon, but never left that rusted spoon. This town has no clocks, just yesterday in every box. I once carved plans into a tree, but even that forgot to be. Now moss has claimed the hands I drew, and still the bark don't point to new. This town has no clocks, no hourglass, no time that mocks. We sit beneath a setting sky, too slow to live, too calm to die. And if you ask me when I'll go, I'll say I left here long ago. still knows just how to stop.
I lit it once, back in July, when your coat still hung nearby. I meant to blow it out by fall, but never did, just let it call. Its flame was small, but never died, like all the words I left inside. The candle that stayed lit through every storm and quiet split. No wind could take it from its post. It burned for you, the very most. It wasn't loud, it wasn't grand, just warmth you'd feel but wouldn't plan. The candle that stayed lit outlasted when your shadow quit. I watched it flicker through the news, through songs we loved and unpaid dues, through winter's breath and window frost. It stayed though everything I lost. And even when I left the room, its glow still whispered like perfume. The candle that stayed lit held many we without permit. It wasn't meant to shine that long, but it outlived our favorite song. No match could start what it became. It burned not fire but your name. The candle that stayed lit now lights the space where you once fit. Some loves explode, some loves resign, but this one just refused the line. And while the dark came slow and sure, that flame kept dancing like it knew her. The candle that stayed lit still sits beside the photograph you knit. No one's here to trim its wick, but still it burns, quiet and quick. And if you ever do return, you'll find the light that dared to burn. The candle that stayed lit, like me, too stubborn to admit. The suitcase sits by the hallway door, same place she dropped the night before. Her coat still folded on the top, as if she left but couldn't stop. No zipper pull, no wheels to roll, just silence heavy, loud and whole. A suitcase still packed after she said goodbye, like a breath that never learned to die. All the dresses, all the plans, folded neat by careful hands. She said she'd leave, but not how far. Now her scent still clings like an old guitar. The suitcase still packed, just sitting there, a monument of vacant air. I almost moved it once or twice, but part of me still rolls the dice that she'll come back to claim her things with April rain and wedding rings. But every morning proves me wrong, and every dust just drags too long home. The suitcase still packed after she said goodbye, like a room that won't admit the sky. The socks still paired, the notes unread, like someone paused and left instead. No goodbye kiss, no taxi sound, just one bag waiting on the ground. The suitcase still packed like it's a prayer for love that left without repair. She left something worth more, a still life framed in cotton thread of what we were and what was said. A suitcase still packed after she said goodbye. Now shadows fold where hopes would lie. I leave it there, I let it be, as if she's still inside of me. And when I pass it late at night, I almost turn on one last light. A suitcase still packed, untouched, untried, like every word I kept inside. It wasn't love she left behind. No photograph, no parting line, no sweater draped across the bed, no lipstick stained goodbye, she said. Just one small mirror in the dash, folded shut, no trace of ash. The mirror she left in your glove box still holds the light from nights gone soft. Her face, the ghost it used to frame, now only shows your eyes in shame. No perfume scent, no diamond shine, just your reflection out of time. The mirror she left in your glove box knows more of her than you ever thought. You thought to toss it once or twice, on long drives full of bad advice, but something in its quiet way felt closer than the hands of fate. It never cracked, it never spoke, but every glance a kind of smoke. The mirror she left in your glove box still watches you at every stop. No radio or passing town can quiet what it keeps around. She never wrote, she never called, but left the thing that says it all. The mirror she left in your glove box reflects the fall you can't outwalk. Some leave letters, some leave scars. She left silence between stars. And while your hands are on the wheel, the glass reminds you how to feel. The mirror she left in your glove box still waits beneath the twist and lock. And if you dare to lift the lid, you'll see the man who never did. Say what he should or hold you close. Now all he keeps is what she chose. The mirror she left in your glove box. I wore that watch since I was 10, passed down from some forgotten friend. It ticked through storms and wedding vows, through coffee cups and late night rows. But sometime past 11:43, it froze while she walked out on me. A watch that stopped the night she left. No reason why, no gears bereft. Just hands that chose to hold their place, like time refused to show its face. And though I wound it, begged and shook, it stayed right there like how she looked. A watch that stopped the night she left, still tied around my quiet chest. The second hand won't play along, like all the lines in our old song. And though the frame is scratched and worn, it beats more truth than I've ever sworn. I took it in, the man just said, this kind of thing won't fix what's dead. A watch that stopped the night she left won't march ahead, won't mourn what's next. It's stuck in what I didn't say, between her keys and cab light gray. And every time I check the time, it just reminds me she was mine. Some clocks are wound, some clocks are made to mark the nights we can't evade. And when they break, it isn't chance, it's fate refused
in one more dance. A watch that stopped the night she left still marks the loss I can't accept. It sits in drawers and midnight thoughts, amongst receipts and coffee spots. And though the world has moved ahead, it keeps the hour I last bled. A watch that stopped the night she left still ticks in all I never said.